Hey, Advantage team, great to be back here in front of you this week. Hopefully your weeks are going well. The weather seems like it's going to start changing tomorrow, so that's something that we're all very, very happy about. And it just seems to give us like a renewal or some energy or something. This week I want to again talk about staffing because that is certainly our biggest problem right now that we're facing as an organization, and I really think that we need each other to try to figure this out. We're certainly not the only organization to be going through it, but we are an organization that, in my opinion, is an organization of excellence that is mission driven and that truly does care about their team members. One thing that I was reading last week, I had some time off last week just to try to regroup and really try to get some energy back, as I'm sure many of you have either needed or you've done, which is so essential for us to continue this very meaningful work that we do. But I was reviewing some of our Indeed comments, and I was kind of disheartened a little bit by what I was reading. They were more like 1 star, 2 stars than 4 and 5 stars, which is not how I see our organization. I see the people that we work with and who come to work with Advantage or come back to Advantage after going to other organizations to be very excellent people who really care about the residents and care about each other. And so I was wondering, like, what is it that causes people to underscore our organization? Because when we only get 1s or 2s on like the Indeed website, it tells people that we're not a good organization to work for. Yet I continue to hear, particularly when people leave us and come back, that we're a kind organization, that our benefits are good, that our pay is competitive, and that we're very fair. So, when you really think about it, a lot of people only write reviews when they're unhappy. I think about how many times I might go onto a website and take a look at, who's doing what, and I'll see like so many 5s, but then I'll see a lot of like 1 star, 2 star complainers. And it says to me, maybe we need to be balancing out some of the people that might not have been right for our team, that might have either gotten terminated or had issues in the workplace. Maybe we need to balance that out with those of you who are amazing, who are excellent, who have worked with us for a very long time, or who is new and who understands the mission and the values of caring, and really get the word out there that Advantage Living Centers cares about team members, that we provide the resources that are needed to deliver care, that we care for one another, and that we truly love the work that we do. And so I think the more we can get that word out there, and the more we can get it like on the Indeed website or the Google website, that this is a great organization to work for, that will help us to combat the staffing issues that we've been having. I hear about other organizations and how they treat their team members and some of the benefits and such that they're paying, and they're not as good as ours. Now, one thing that I do see a lot of is these sign-on bonuses. And so I called an organization that, and I was saying, I can't believe these sign-on bonuses. How are you able to pay this? And one of the organizations that I talked to said, you know what, we tried it. We were giving an $8,000 sign-on bonus. And in my mind, I'm like, how can that be? I mean, we're Medicaid. How do we pay for this? And I said, well, how often have you paid it out? And she said it was very rare that they paid out those sign-on bonuses. So it really is, it's making me really wonder, like, what is it that we at Advantage can do to attract people? And I'll tell you, these are some of my thoughts. Number 1, treat people kindly. Be as kind as we can be. From the moment someone walks in the door, a new person walks in the door, that we embrace them as family, that we embrace them as more help, that we embrace them as being a new person who we can integrate into the Advantage family, and that we can show them the love and the compassion and the caring that we so deeply value. That's number one. Number two, that we have fun at work, that despite the hardness of the work that we do, that if we can have some fun, and we do have opportunities for that through our engagement committees and through some of the programs that we have out there, that it makes work not so hard. It makes it so that we can enjoy each other, and that we can laugh. And we can laugh with our residents. We can laugh with each other, and that we can just have some great outlets of positive energy. And then finally, I just encourage you to pray for each other. Just pray for the organization. Pray for one another. Pray that we just continue to have this wonderful spirit of love, of excellence, and of compassion for one another, because that truly will penetrate the organization as a whole. We have at least 2 facilities that have no agency at all. They're well staffed, they're doing okay, and the team is really pulled together. And I said to myself, what is it with these facilities that they do not need to bring in temporary outside help? And a few of the things are, number one, the managers, they love on their team members. They're out there on the floor, they're very active, from the administrator to the director of nursing to every manager is out there, and they're very active. Number two, that when new people come in, they're supporting them. They're really embracing them and really making sure that they understand the new role, and they understand the organization, and they understand that we're here as a team. No one works in a silo, but we're here to love on and support each other and to do this work together. And then the other thing that I noticed in these organizations or these facilities is they follow the orientation process, which is the learning process of onboarding new team members by not only educating them in who Advantage is and what we're all about, but also making sure that they learn their role, that they have support as they enjoy learning their new role, that we don't just throw them into their role, but that we're there every step of the way to try to help them to learn their role, to become confident in their role, and then to trust us as an organization. And so I just encourage each of you to think of, where you fall, whether you are a housekeeper, a activity aide, a CNA, a nurse, an administrator. What are you doing to help us retain our new team members and to help them to know that they can trust us and that they can thrive under your leadership or under or working beside you, just to be sure that we really build strong, tight teams that are an example to the rest of this industry. And that when people look at Advantage, my heart's desire is that they say, well, how do they do it? And this is how. We are kind, we are compassionate, and we understand what it is like to be new and what it is to work in long-term care. You guys are such a blessing. I cannot even express to you how important you are to the work that you do. And you are a godsend. And I thank you that you are fulfilling God's plans and purposes for your life. And I'm very honored, and Reggie is very honored that you've chosen to work with us at Advantage. So God bless you all. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.